orientation thing where the orientation is locked. So what else could go wrong? No, I don't want to know. Just go with the flow. And it looks like I am live, and I'm live on YouTube, but not on StreamYard where I tried to start out. Not sure what's going on over there. So we'll see if anybody comes in. We'll see soon enough. Hey, Craig. Hope you're doing well. Coral Works. Bob. I like that one. I heard boob and all the others, but not Bob. That's some accent. Hey, Jeff. Davo. Lori. Apparently I screwed up my stream I had set up. I guess I probably had it set to private over on StreamYard because I was in there like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm like, I know one person in this fish fam is bored and has no life, nothing to do. And so I came out of there and just went live on YouTube. And here you are, Davo. Seeing some of these people, I'm like, I've known some of you guys for a long time. Davo, geez. And I mean not 10 years, but 5 years, maybe more. Jeff. I was watching one of your videos earlier, Jeff. I'm bad not to comment, but just drop a like. I like to lurk a lot. When I do get over here, Jenny Lynn, howdy, howdy, howdy. You need to come up and join me, Jenny Lynn. You need to get up here. Bet she's working. You work too much. Oh. I haven't been tracking, Lori, the drugs. I mean, the shirt that I sent you, nor the cap that I sent, the whip, but I'm guessing they said, I think they both said they would be there by Saturday. So you should be set. That's right, Fire Mouse. Thanks, Jeff. That's how long I retain that. Yeah, I said I'd never kept Fire Mouse. That's what, and I've thought about it before, and I look at them for some reason. I love them. I think they're gorgeous and they're really unique. They're like some of the micro geophagus, you know what I'm trying to think of and can't, on steroids. They have those kind of behaviors. So I might get me some. I've still got several tanks sitting around. They're not cycled, I would imagine, but they've got water and stuff in them. Don't dodge the like button. Double tap, please. Craig's. No, don't double tap. Because over here, if you double tap, you like it and you unlike it. Over on TikTok, we say double tap. I like to put 100 likes on if I start tapping. I got some for you. Got some for me? Some Fire Mouse? I'll put them in that 33 right here behind me. Clean it up. It's just sitting there with a couple of, well, I will hang on back, and a couple of sponge filters going in it. But I can get some, you did get it, Lori? Okay, I haven't looked at all to see. Per usual, my life is so cluttered and unorganized. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope it fits you. And I hope you like that color. Apparently that color was hard to get. And double tapping again doesn't unlike you have to work up to. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, see, I didn't know that. I'm learning lots of stuff. I learned a new word today. Never heard the word before. And basically, in a nutshell, the Ark, you know, we sold our building. We owned it. A couple of us paid that building off, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. So we owned it. We just had to pay utilities and taxes and insurance and all that stuff. But donations, I mean, we made it through COVID, but donations, I mean, dried up and bills went up. And I mean, the cost of we all know that. But anyway, we were having to pay roughly $850 a month for utilities, insurance. I mean, you factor it, over a year's time, and it was, ain't nobody got that. I hung in as long as I could and did what I could, but I can't be spending all my, all my fish and snake money. So we decided to sell it, and we listed it for a good price, more than twice what we paid for it. And the first day, I mean, the next day, it sold. A big group in town that buys up. The house was built in 1900, wood floors, pine floors, white pine, all that. Anyway, so fireplaces. But y'all have seen the ark. But anyway, they offered us $10,000 less than what we posted it for, which was still more than twice what we paid for the building like 15, 16 years ago. So we've already sold it, got that money and all that stuff. But we got that much money because some of the things that were there, some of the improvements we made, like a driveway, little parking lot, 8 or 9 spaces, all new windows and doors, some of that stuff, was a lot of money that went into it, which really increased the value. Central heat and air unit. But there were like 3 or 4 of us, I'm one of them, that had put in that amount. So we set up some criteria. My accountant asked me if we were, and he does the ARC's taxes too, but if we were going to disperse, some of the money that, some of the things people have given us, but we can't use them now. And the more I thought about it, I thought it's not right to sit on that money, like $20,000 for a central heat and air unit. Some of that stuff is appreciated, not depreciated, like the driveway and parking lot. That stuff ain't got no cheaper, petroleum and stuff. So we decided as a board that we did want to give it back and set up some criteria. So anyway, been meeting with the attorney, me and the secretary of the board, and it looks like I will be one that will get some of my investment back, some of the money that I put things in with. But anyway, so we're having an attorney do all that stuff. And the final notification that's going to be posted in the newspaper and social media and stuff for 45 days, it's kind of like, if you want your stuff, now's the time, but it has to meet this amount. It has to be something that's left behind that we can't use, that kind of stuff. So, but he prefaced it, I said in a nutshell, right? He prefaced it with saying, after the ark had a fulsome sale, blah, blah, blah. And, I, let him read through the whole thing today. And today was a phone meeting with me and the secretary and the attorney. And I said, well, I love the way it's written. And we had already met Monday to put input into that. And he strangled by a snake. I know, right? Anyway, no, that's Orchid. She's a doll. She's a baby. I think most of the people on here that have been coming a while, and the ladies, some of the ladies in here, a couple of them named her. I can't remember who named her now. Well, it might have been Lori or Jenny. But anyway, fulsome, after having a fulsome sale. Has anybody ever heard of that word, fulsome? And it sounded mighty good, but I thought I've never heard that word. You heard her. Get away. Get your claw off of her. You heard her. And somebody made the point a couple of weeks ago that you are snake food to some of these snakes. I don't think she would ever strike at you, but if you hurt her, yeah, Floyd's beside himself today. He's having a good day. Us oldsters have good days and bad days, and he's having a good one. He's being all cute and lots of cuckoo baby talk. And a lot of Floyd is how you start off in the morning, just like with anybody. And if I'm standing there peeing out, and he lands on my, don't. I need those papers. Don't. See, I just was bragging on you. And there you go, get into something. I need those papers. That's why they're there. Yeah. See a bird in there? See a bird in there? Susie's not on here. That's who you're looking for. Yep. Susie's not on here. Hey, Sam. I had about a 45-minute episode of is that Huawei, is that Huawei, is that Huawei, is that Huawei this morning. Sambo. Let me go up and see. It fits like the color. Caleb Rodriguez. And double tapping again doesn't look like you have to work to them. Okay. All right. I guess I didn't miss anything. And I don't have to worry about looking backstage because there is no backstage over here. There is no backstage. You're a good boy, Floyd. I got a new printer because somebody had donated one and it doesn't work. It's sitting right there, brand new out of the box, and it doesn't work. It won't find the Wi-Fi, or it does find it, but it doesn't work. So I'm going to take it back, and I bought a new one also today. I'm currently at the dog park, but headed home any minute. I just have to find a missing ball. One of the little dogs I've got here had a missing ball. The vet found it up in his peritoneum. Peritoneal cavity, not his peritoneum. And had to have like a hysterectomy, a big. I can show you how. Tell me how. Tell me. And I can put it on my tripod so Floyd can knock it over. I'm waiting, chewing my nails. I'm so anticipating it. The glasses. Oh my God, I can't see with them, and I definitely couldn't see without them. I've got a lazy eye, sometimes, most of the time. Whichever, that one. My brother has a lazy eye too. Okay, you can't, but people in chat can. Oh, well, why can't I? I can do it like that, but it tells me orientation is locked, rotate device back. That's all right. Well, you better show them. See how good she is? Remember the last snake I had on here was that spider morph. And granted, she's a little neurological stuff going on and might be a little antsy from that, I don't know, but this girl here is as sweet as the day. Come here, you little shy baby. Come here. There she is. Here's my orchid. I've had her out for hours before in the reptile room. Actually, I've fallen asleep in there with her around my neck. There she is. You're trying to warm up. It doesn't fix orientation, it just spins you around. I don't want to be spun. Go into your like videos and watch it from there. Oh. You know, when I went live, I was trying to change it, and evidently I didn't know how to do it, because here we are. Got the skipper's shirt on. That's a cool picture. What you see? She sees the camera. See the camera? Uh-oh, it's a big scary snake. Big old scary snake. Come here, girl. Floyd, don't you jump over her. I only had her and one other big snake that were awake. It's early, and they really don't start getting up till a couple hours after nightfall, most of them. And the other one looked like she was more in a hunting mode. She's quite a bit bigger than Orchid. I came across the coolest name for a snake today, and I've got some snakes that are unnamed, which it'll be perfect for. You know, ball pythons are really royal pythons, but they kind of morphed into being called ball pythons because they ball up in a ball to protect their little heads. So that's more the slang name for them, but 99% of people will call them ball pythons, but they are royal pythons. And I was watching a thing, I'll watch anything if I'm bored, on the Rosetta Stone, and it was talking about why there were 3 different languages, which made perfect sense. Each language says the same thing. I didn't know that. And because it was a religious printing or publication or document, the top one was done in, I'll get it mixed up, was done in hieroglyphs, and the second one was, because it was about taxes, was done in a word that sounds like something else. And the last one was done in Greek. So where the hell is Susie? Whips. Oh, look over in the chat. She's doing that talk, remember? She told us the other day she was doing that speaking engagement tonight. Yep. Yep. I'll send your tracking after Bob forgot to send it to you. Been preoccupied. Oh, my tracking. Oh, that's right. I have stuff from Belinda with my mate's death. It's on the way. Yeah, I was so sorry to hear about that. But anyway, the hieroglyphic section, the top third of this thing on the Rosetta Stone, has like a section of symbols and kind of like enclosed in an oval that's called a cartouche. And I even wrote down the spelling, and that has to do with the royal insignia or something to that effect. Someone can look and tell me what I said wrong, but cartouche. And I thought, what an awesome name for a royal python, a ball python. So I've got a couple of them in mind that aren't named. I am talking about the Rosetta Stone. And I saw a little video a lady did on it today and explained that the 3 writings on it, what they were and what each language was and what they were talking about. They all say the same thing, but in a different. Cartouche is the Egyptian, but it has to do with royalty. So like a royal python. It's a C. You got it close. I don't think there's an H on the end. I wrote it down, but I can't remember. But it does start with a C. But anyway, cartouche. What a cool name for a cool snake. Where are you going, girl? She's figured out there's another bird in here since she's been in this room. Yep, it's that mean girl. Give her a mean look, because she bites me. Quirky. Oh, Coral Works. Hey, Land O'Lakes. She is a beautiful snake. It sounds dirty when Bob says, there it is. Cartouche. It looks dirty when you look at the spelling. But I guarantee you won't find a snake named that. Yeah, watch them all pop up. Be like the popular name Davy or something like that. Oh, there's my card numbers. This little guy's on a hunger strike. The hog nose. 2 weeks now he hasn't eaten. He will when he gets hungry. Isn't she sweet? Look at her. She's a sweetheart. I hope somebody comes in that remembers her, because she's been with me a while. She's a butter pastel, I think. She's definitely a butter, meaning she's understated and her colors are kind of muted, but she's stunning. Make no doubt about that. If she weren't already orchid, I might consider her. I don't have any Egyptian snakes, anything from that area. A beautiful ball python. Hey, Lucky, thanks. Hey, Caleb. She does make a gorgeous necklace. And what's really not amazing, but interesting about her is, the chugs, the Chihuahua pugs like to sit on my knee and they'll sit there on my arm. And she can go down right and look them right in the face. I mean, and they look at her and they're like, whatever. They know if they're going to sit with me and she's out, they've got to tolerate her. They don't like her to crawl on them, but she can go near them and go all around them, and they don't try to bother her, nor her them. They're like me. They're too big for her to eat. I know, right? I like that. And then Skipper couldn't make it. He's making hoagies tonight at the fire hall. I'm going to be driving, be on the lookout for trolls. Well, the one that we had in here, unless they've got another name, is trolled away. Here she comes. She is a good girl. She had a problem with one of her eyes, or her eye cap. Look at her, Snuggle. And she's giving me a big squeeze now, too. A couple of years ago, and I thought we'd never get that eye cap to come off. But it did. She couldn't see out that eye. Sam, be careful. Hey, RJ. She is beautiful, and the lighting sucks in here because I don't have any overhead lighting on. We don't really need any. But the rainbow boa. Oh, Caleb, the Brazilian rainbow, it had for the last several, it passed, but for the last several months it would have bouts of not eating. Then it would get frisky and eat and do really good for a few weeks, and then it would go back through that same cycle. And I actually did take stool samples to the vet because when I got it, it was loaded with 5 kinds of worm, the vet said, and got it dewormed back then. But anyway, she couldn't find anything, without me taking it in, and drawing blood or something. But I think I talked about it in here and the general consensus, or one of the strongest theories, was that she aged out because she was a 6-foot snake and had been a breeder. They told people that they had I don't know, there were 6 or 8 of them, and you didn't get to pick one. They just had like one picture of them, and but she came covered with mites and loaded with worms. So, but she was with me for close to 2 years, if not longer than that. Yeah, my big Buddha, he's the 8 or 8+ foot now. Carpet python is in where she used to be. Of course, that sat empty for months and was sterilized, sanitized several times. Where are you going? She's sneaky. She's probably wrapping around the back of the chair, the rungs of the chair. I just have some dogs in here that are fairly new that have never seen her, I'm sure, seen her out, and cats. Look at her. She's a sweet, sweet snake. Never bit me, never even accidentally bit me over food or anything. Yeah, I hated it. I still have it frozen. I thought about doing a necropsy on it, but I think it probably aged out. I don't know. I had said in my note in the messenger when I shared this link with the regular people that can come up that I wanted to talk about brumation versus hibernation. And I meant to do some quick fact checking before I started, but I didn't. So, girl, you're gonna keep on till you fall. She's holding with her tail, of course, but she's just leaning down, stretching it like a little kid to see what she can see down there. Here she comes around this side now. Where you been? Where have you been? Look at her. Where you been? Haven't held you in months, it seems like. It probably has been months. You're gonna fall. You get down there in the floor, one of those big old foster cats will get you. Come on. Got two rats back there too. Got rid of all of my rats except two back there. Hey, Alec. Alec knows something about brumation. So brumation is not as deep as hibernation, and sometimes things, primarily reptiles, but things that brumate, don't sleep the entire cold time or time that they're, want to be kind of geared down. They'll wake up and they may drink or use the bathroom, or they might even eat. But a lot of people don't want to feed during brumation because their metabolism's really slowed down. And if they're doing a true brumation, the temperature is going to be lower. So like I've had to decide 2 winters now. Some of my corn snakes are just coming out of juvenile phases and are probably reaching sexual maturity. No fighting or anything, just the one street punk that tries to steal food. But those snakes were all raised together. And I haven't, normally juveniles and babies, yearlings, you don't brumate from what I've researched. And depending on species too, this is not a catch-all statement, but corn snakes, I know, and a lot of colubrids, they don't have to brumate till they're mature or reaching maturity. There he is. You hear him say, uh-oh. But, so I haven't, turned off the basking lamp and the heat pad underneath the habitat, nor stopped feeding mine the last 2 winters, this winter and last winter. And they seem to be fine. Breeders will brumate because it really gives them a chance to rest and to take some stress off of their systems. Don't you want coffee? Why don't you fly over here? Yes, Floyd drinks coffee. And don't anybody have a stroke. He knows, and I know he's not supposed to, but he doesn't drink a whole lot, just a few sips. He's looking to see if you guys are watching him. You're a smart old bird, Floyd. And since parrots don't have spit, listen, I've had a lot worse things in my mouth than that parrot's tongue. I don't let him put his tongue in my mouth, but it's in my coffee is what I'm saying. But yeah. Yep. Had a snail in my mouth when I was a kid. And there is a parrot thing called parrot fever, but I'd have had it a long time ago if he had it. Floyd, that's enough. I'm just going to let him see you drink a little. That's enough. All right. That's enough. You can't have a whole lot. Nope. Let's see if that kills you, and then you'll do a little more. Never in blue macaw. No, he's not a macaw. He does look like one, doesn't he? He's a blue front or a turquoise front Amazon. The lady told me that I got him from. He's not a blue front. He's a turquoise front. And He's 42. And I'm 69, so guess who's gonna outlive who here? He's watching that cup. Floyd, he's showing out because he's got an audience. You never drink that much. He drank it where he came from. And I've always been afraid to let him have more than a little bit. He always has a little out of my morning coffee. He likes the evening better, which I do too. It's sweet. It's blonded sweet. So it's not just coffee. How about let's stop there. One more. That's it. That's all. It's all gone now. He's like, the hell it is. I just saw in there. I just saw in there. Whoa. He's saying uh-oh and whoa and some cute things today. He's in a good mood. He is cute. Turn it over on you and the snake. Be careful. Be careful. He's gonna turn it over. Oh, you're not gonna fuss at me either? What's that? Let me turn this around and see where she's at. I don't know where she is. She's everywhere. Yeah. Got a sponsor, Hikari. That's awesome, Jeff. Congratulations. That is awesome. Even Lori said it's awesome. That is great. And an Amazon affiliate. That is just awesome. Congratulations. Affiliate. See, it looked like affiliate to me. That's how well I can read. I try to get like a word at the start. I mean, a letter. And then one or two toward the end. Those glasses are bothersome, I know, to me. So I see people wearing glasses that have, see you later, that have the ring light, I think they call it, and you can see the halo in their glasses. Huh. It's more the angle of my head than the camera. How long have I been on here? 32 minutes. So. I'm surprised they took me. I type like a good. Maybe they were looking for a gorilla. You know. It might have been what they were looking for. Apparently, it was. I can still read. That kind of throws the angle down a little better. Oh well. So you'll be doing, not commercials, but what am I trying to think of? Things that promote their products for pay, if I'm understanding that correctly. Oh. Advertising. There you go. Exactly. That feels so good. She's squeezing me because I'm warm. This fat neck is warm, and she's squeezing because it feels good to her muscles. If I would see her squeezing, you can see she's just gently constricting. And it feels so good. It's not occluding the airway. Obviously, I haven't shut up. But, oh man, it feels so good. She's rubbing the back of my neck now where it's hurting. She's a good girl. Paid promotion. There you go. Yeah, promoting their products. I like Hikari. I can't think of anything that I've ever got that's hikari that I didn't like or ended up not using or anything. So I have only good thoughts about them. It's a good company for sure. Uh-oh. I learned today Bob likes being choked, and I can't unlearn it. See, that's why, well, never mind. I liked you better, chubby Sam, because I had half a chance to get away from you, but now, the Emperor of Dirt, Jeff. Yep. I know, right, Alec? That's awesome. Don't let it feel too good to her. Anything like my mind. No, it's not that strong. I mean, she could bear down pretty good if she wanted to. I mean, they literally, squeeze rats and mice, but it's not that kind of squeeze. It's kind of like a stretch. She's got all that whole body's a muscle, so. Is that her tail or her head? Find out. It's her tail. She's still a little head shy, like, they pull away if you touch their head. Wrong, Jeff. Alex, Jeff. It's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking too, Lori, but I'm like, you don't know what you're thinking, Bob. Don't say anything. When nobody took the bait. I mean, took up the topic of talking about brumation. It's not like the hottest topic around, but it's cold weather. A lot of people I know are thinking about bringing their breeding snakes out of brumation soon for spring. Jeff K is the other Jeff. Oh, that feels so good. Look at all the kinks she's got and everywhere. It's okay, you're good. Everywhere she's kinked like that, she's pressing in. Go back to it, girl. All of this over here just feels like you're doing like that, except stronger and slower and gentler. Dirt of Jeff Kane. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I get them mixed up too, believe it or not. Yep. And Jeff Pelham, we need to have you back on Tennessee Fish Fam, because we had planned for you to do a second or a follow-up. Hey, Carver family. Been doing good. Hope Terry's doing well. I'm still a member, I think, over there. I'm just not on this platform that much. Bob, do you go to the Keystone? I don't. Do you know I have never, except for the Repticons and stuff like that, I've never been to a thing like Keystone, never been to a big event. Someday when I don't have 8 dogs and 10 cats, and we'll stop with that, and the rest of the ark in my house, I might think about that. I look at travel trailers and stuff because I love to drive and I love road trips, but I'd love to drive to some of those things and have my main squeezes. Cats can stay home like a week, or somebody can come in and scoop their litter, or something, but with this many, I'm reluctant to try to go anywhere. But you get to meet Jeff in person. But I would like to go to one, preferably Keystone. It'd be Susie and all those people I love up that way. But there are lots of people down this way too. Are you excited? Oh my God, yeah. And especially just now having this sponsorship. Did you get it in time that you'll be able to do anything there, or do they allow you to promote, and advertise for a sponsor? I do need a part-time zookeeper. What I need is a part-time housekeeper. And I could do that, with being a little easier with some other things, I could. once every 2 weeks or even every 10 days or something. But it's so much trouble to have somebody come in and clean, because you got to clean before they come. I was talking to crazy, my crazy appointment, my counselor, Kevin. He's awesome, but I was talking about some of the things that were stressing me, and hey, Medicare pays for it. But hey, Terry, I just mentioned your name. Good to see you, buddy. Unless you're the Carver family too, but I thought that was your son. Maybe not. The son and the grandson. It's all for fun, no work. No work, all play. I don't blame you. Well, until you're going to meet people you've never met, and I don't blame you. Not at all. I think she tucked herself back there, but isn't she sweet? I mean, and a lot of people say snakes don't think, and they don't, and that's not true. I used to believe that too, but once I got to kind of know some of my snakes, some of them will mess you up. I've got some right now that don't want nothing to do with being held or cuddled, and one of my rat snakes is just, God, it's scary. I need to do like a frozen thawed feeding. I had to give it some small frozen thawed mice because I didn't have large ones. And I mean, it would jerk them off the tongs and chomp, chomp, and they'd be gone, and then take another chomp, chomp. I mean, like it was starved to death. But would you think I want my finger in that mouth? No, 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 no. So I know who appreciates it, and I think she actually enjoys this because of the heat. I took her off of her heating pad too. A couple of weeks ago, I had her boyfriend out, and people were guessing all the 4 things. He's got all the genes, and she's got all the personality. They'd have some awesome babies. Orchid looks very comfortable. I know, right? This is why I've fallen asleep before, sitting in my big swivel chair in the reptile room. And I've woken up, I'm sure everybody's fallen asleep in a chair, but you wake up later. And I've done that several times, and she's usually on something that's warm behind me. She doesn't go back to her habitat. You got bit on one of my live streams. I know, right, Terry? That was, what is his name? He came from Nathan. When Nathan passed, Fishroom Fever, James and Chattanooga Ed went over to Mississippi, I think it was, and brought back tanks and fish stuff that Amy wanted to get rid of, but he had a little ball python. And I said I would take the snake. Priscilla, a couple people were willing to give it a home, but I ended up with it since they were coming back to here. There wouldn't be any shipping involved and stuff. I think that's how we decided it'd be the simplest. And he was super cold when I got him. Met them at Rob's store. I think they were going to do some of the fish there or something. Fucking teenagers. I had a live snake and my son grabbed for it, tried to pry it off the seat. After that, it would stop going for my face. Yeah, they definitely, you don't want to get on the bad side of one, that's for sure. But yeah, he did bite me, and it was my fault. I was trying to feed him on Terry's live stream late one night, and I said, guys, I'm feeding snakes. Do y'all want to see this? And it was a little dead mouse, that had just been thawed out. And I got my finger down, and as soon as I thought, my finger's where it shouldn't be, bam, he hit me. And it didn't hurt bad, but, it bled like a stuck hog. So it was great for the live stream. Of course, I would milk it and show it, and the next day I couldn't even tell where it bit me. Track Bullied Farm Vlogs. Track Bullied. Great to see you. Oh, that is great to see you too. Always a pleasure. You don't like snakes? Well, most of the times, you know, unless we buy a snake or have a snake as a gift or grow up with them, you know, it's like my sister, you know, she won't come in my house, but I mean, that's fine. We eat out and I'm taking her to her doctor's appointment next week and stuff, but she won't come in the house. She won't come in with the snakes in here. But it's just a cultural thing, I think. And a lot of us know people, like our granny, she's been dead for 40 years probably now, but she was bit by a copperhead, little native snake on her ankle. When she was bending down to pick one of those little purple clovers that bloom some of you people that live in rural areas, the clover, the wild clovers, the big ones that have the big purple bloom. She was going to pick one of those. She told me that story 50 times probably, and it bit her ankle, not her hand. But they did the thing back then where they lanced it. I don't think she went to well, no, she didn't. Didn't go to the doctor. She was a little girl, and they lanced it and sucked the stuff out, which doesn't work, they say now. She was half Cherokee Indian, but did not live on a reservation. So I was born in 55, and that was my granny, so she was probably born the first of last century. Who cares? Get on a ramble, you know. Melvin. Yeah, Melvin. But yeah, a lot of people are scared of them. I don't want to walk up on a rattlesnake. We don't have rattlers here, right in this area. They're over in West Tennessee, I'm pretty sure, but not here. The first snake bite I seen was a carpet snake. It scared the shit out of me, and I wasn't the one that got bitten. Carpets they're very strong. Their speed and their power isn't as, it's just not noticeable. You think they're not capable of it till you see it, because they're just so pretty much laid back and slow and calculating. They almost look like animatronic, and that's one of the reasons I really love them. And they look prehistoric. Well, they are. But I did a little short clip of feeding Buddha my 8-foot carpet, and a couple weeks ago maybe, and he had come out of a long shed and was ready to eat. And I made the mistake of having him strike toward the glass, and he hit the glass. It didn't break, amazingly, 90 gallon. But I know it had to hurt him, but the speed and the power in that strike. So from now on, I'm going to be sure I have the rat position. He takes a large rat. He's a big boy. Have it positioned in the other direction. I felt somebody's little teeth accidentally drag on my shirt. Somebody's on the move. No, she probably fell asleep. Sandy. Yep, it was Sandy. Because Nathan's channel's name was, Lori, I'm glad you're one of the OGs. So I can't remember all this stuff. Sand Creek. I've still got an old shirt that Amy sent me. And I haven't seen Amy in 2 or 3 years. She used to do live stream with Foxy, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Only one job today and I already scrubbed it from roof to floor. Oh my God, Craig, I wish that you lived near enough to me. I have seen some of those videos that you do where you do your jobs. Oh my God. But could you work around 18, 19 cats and dogs? Haven't seen her. She messaged me on the Facebook and asked me something about fish. She got that little dog that was so precious. I think it was blind or something. Oh, Dotson. Anyway, lose track of people. I'm bad about not keeping up with people. I really am. That's one of the reasons I honestly like to come on here, because, oh, here she's going again. A lot of you guys I've known forever. To catch up. Craig, what is the popularity of chili lime-dried mangoes in Australia? I don't know, but that sounds good. Oh, God. Some of you girls and guys get your, she's even getting her tail in on it too now. Get your significant other to give you a little neck massage, not shoulder, neck. Oh, girl, we're going to have to start getting you out more. Seen Sandy Dowdy a few nights ago. I'm so happy that she is all right. I worry terribly. I haven't seen Sandy in a while either. Now, she and I were pretty good buddies, pretty good friends, other than just on here. And she was in one of my, she's still a mod on this channel. I'm sure she is. And it might have been here I saw her a couple or 3 months ago. She popped in somewhere and she's had a wrench, so it had to be this stream, or it might have been Tennessee Fish Mafia. Yep. He acts so hungry. He's going around tasting the air and looking up, and he was hand raised. He's just a yearling, but so even me making noise up at the top hasn't excited him lately. Nope, he's not looking up there. Oh my God, everybody started talking. I cleaned a house that had a horse, goat, sheep, ducks, and sheep. I bet that was some shit. Yeah, what is the popularity of that stuff? 19 dogs. I didn't know you groomed Lori. Dang, see, that's what I love finding out stuff. I had no clue. I don't know why I didn't know that. Or if I did, I've just forgotten. Sandy Dowdy. Sounds good, but they eat crap here. It couldn't be any worse than Southern America. Can anyone recommend an online source for lizard bugs, not dubii, Chinese water dragon, Buddha the beardy, and leopard geckos? I miss Sky Dancer. I seen Mary yesterday. Mary Page. Yeah. Huh. Hey, Meckham. Anyone said mango. I'm having a nice mango and passion fruit drink. Ooh, that sounds really good. Jeff, that was a little hog nose, and I've said the whole time, whatever few years I've been doing reptiles, that I just didn't like hog noses, and I held that one. I made the mistake of going to my favorite place over in Knoxville. I only go up there about 3 or 4 times a year because I always bring home something. And the last time I went before a month ago was like 4 months ago, and I brought the great big carpet python home. My problem is I tend to be like I am with the animals. Like I want the old ones, the sick ones, the ones that are disabled or on medicine so nobody will get them and that kind of stuff. And I know, as sure as I'm sitting here, I'm going to keep this new little, I'm going to adopt him. I have to pay for him. But my new little foster dog, he's 10, and he's really perked up. I mean, he's still 10, but he's really perked up. He's so precious since he's recovering from having those 14 teeth pulled. How much did that necklace cost? Mickham, I got this girl, I think I was with Cole, my nephew, I want to say maybe 3 years ago or something, and we were at a Repticon or one of those things, and she was, it was a Saturday because he wouldn't have gone on a Sunday, but toward the end of the day, this guy had several snakes that were, you know, in like the cake bins that are taped up, clear plastic. And I took her out, and I liked her. I liked her personality, and I liked her look, and I liked her price. She didn't cost much at all. Under $100, I'm pretty sure. And the longer I held her, well, you see how she is, the more I liked her. And he even held her, and he had never held a snake. This was his first one, I think. She is. She's a butter something. I think a butter pastel. But yeah, I had her mate that she lives with out 3 or 4 weeks ago on here, and everybody was saying what he was. The one that is the mahogany blackhead, I think, and he's a pen. He's got 4 things that express in him, but they've locked many times, but never had any. But I'm hoping this is the year, because he is stunning, and she is too, but she's got personality. She's really good for him as far as personality. He's in there looking for her, I'm sure. They are so, people say snakes don't bond, and that's stupid, and they're not thinking anything, but that's not true. Get your snake and you'll find out. Thanks, Mickham, she is. And she's a beautiful personality. She's gone to sleep. She's out cold. 3 boas. I have been on here almost an hour, and I don't have any idea who comes on this time of night on a Friday, but I bet there's some awesome fish channels that are coming on. I'm gonna get changed and fry my pork chop and scramble some eggs and have a breakfast. That sounds good, huh? Who was Sky Dancer? Yes, they do. 100% bond. Yeah, they really do. And not every snake's going to show its intellect, or, and like ball pythons, all you have to do is go online and like read the studies if you want to know the scientific facts about them. They really excel at puzzle solving, like finding their way out of a maze. They can remember it after like twice. I mean, super, like a mouse, that intelligent. So find out who's on next and when your favorite Fish Fam member is live. I know a customer in my LFS who started collecting snakes, so many different colors, morphs. I've got enough right now. There's only a couple of snakes, I think, that I would get now, unless it was a special needs snake, which the little guy down there wasn't. It's just once I held him, I'm like, oh my God, I feel terrible. The whole time I've been saying I just didn't care for hognoses. I fell in love with him, brought him home with me. Sky Dancer used to be in every single stream, and she would say, oh, so sweet, but she was elderly, and I feel the worst. Why can't I remember her? Well, obviously it was streams that, Bob, you see my question? I did not. Thank you, Lori. Looking for a blue up there. Wasn't Sandy your first bipolar? Yes, then you got Rita. Whoa, Lori, what a memory, girl. Yes, Sandy was. And before that, the only thing I had was Nelson, the little skink that I got, the blue-tongued skink, and he got to be huge. And he didn't come out of brumation like the 3rd or 4th year. It wasn't this winter, but last winter. He never did wake up, and I'm like, you better get up. And he was dead. That was horrible, because I could take him out and rock him and have him like, sitting on my chest like stupid people do with their lizards. Yep. But after that, I'm like, well, this has claws and can bite and all that, so snakes don't even have the claws. So, yeah, it was Nathan's snake. For those that don't know, Nathan was one of our big Fish Fam members, and he had some, he was born with kidney issues and had dialysis, and he wasn't old. He might have been 40, 45, if that old. But anyway, when he passed, Ed and James brought his snake back when they went to get fish. I said that earlier. And then Regis, I kept going in Petco to get things for Sandy. And Regis stayed and stayed and stayed. He was just a common, a normal. And there was definitely a connection, and I got him. I still have him too. He's refused to eat the last 2 weekends, so I'm trying to get him to, everything's fine, humidity, temp, everything. That's what animals do to us, want to have them all, almost. Gosh, I'm gonna have to make sure I try to tell the truth, because Lori can fact check me. She knows. She knows. I'm surprised anybody can remember that. Love you, Bob, and thanks you for your continued support to my channel. Aw, right back at you, Craig. Love you. Hey, Sam, Alec, Davo. Did anybody find anything good I can recommend? We can recommend or post a link to? Oh, it's 8:38. I'm watching my timer thinking it's the top of the hour. The family that I follow, they caregive their mother and grandmother that has Alzheimer's. I've won so many of their crocheted products on there. I need to start giving those away on some of my streams. I started to say they're not valuable, but every chance to win one is $5, but like they'll have 50 people on a card that has 50 different gifts, and if I pay $20, then I have 4 chances for my number to come up. It's numbers. Of course, we all have our lucky numbers, but I've won. I guess I have 5 or 6, maybe more things here, like angels, and I just got something in the mail, and I think it's my first wind thing. What are those called? The wind, not a chime, a wind catcher or something like that. Our dinner finally ready. See you, Jeff. Let me get with you about coming. See you next time. Yeah, hopefully you can come back on again soon. Ready for a follow-up. Kathy, my sister's Kathy. I wonder what he's having. I just wonder. Windsock. No, close though. Good guess. I could open it. I've been on here too long already though. I do remember that, but I'd forgotten it till you said that. Yeah, and I used to handle him more too, and he loves to go around and look at the fish. Like, she could care less. She's not used to being out here. She's used to being in the reptile room more, and when I had it over there on the other side of this great room, dining room, living room combo thing, but she's never been like around the fish. But yeah, Regis loves to go around. He loved to do that. And I would sit and talk to him, and he would just watch me. He wouldn't go around my neck, but when he was a baby. Yep. Oh, Lord. Lori, I may have to come to you for some information. No, I'm teasing. Well, I think that makes me tear up a little bit. Oh, blubbering fool, that somebody remembers that. I want an 1800s bird cage with a nice bird in it. Floyd, how do you feel about Australia? Floyd. You hear him say, whoop, whoop. Floyd, come here. You want to go to Australia? Australia? Come on. Not you, mean girl. Yep, and I did. He was there a long time. Every time I would go in, he would be watching who's coming and going. He was watching for me. No, but he would watch the flow of traffic. Ooh. An 1800s bird cage. I bet that's very ornate. probably not metal. It could be, I guess. I moved my rats out of the rat cage they were in. They've got a nice big 2-story down there now. Don't pay any attention to where the dogs chewed up that paper plate. Just look at the rats. They're probably sleeping. They get up about midnight usually. It's got a big ramp and 2 levels and big huge door I can open so they can have big cardboard boxes to tear up. American Pond. I guess back then people had mostly Amazon parrots and parrots in general. Susie's got an awesome parrot. Hers is a macaw, a severe macaw. It's smaller than like the big macaws. These poor fish, this whole hour. Phantom's a baby. They've been wanting me to feed them. I don't think I posted the last video. Maybe I did. I finally got some footage, like 2 minutes of the tadpole Mad Tom native catfish out. It was last night. I don't think I posted it, so I need to do that. Just when I started watching YouTube. I have Sandy. Are you talking about his snake? Or are you talking about Amy, his SXY? Hey, Jesse. She woke up. Hey, girl. But you can't tell me that Snake's not aware. Hey, Dragon Lair. I got Orchid out. You almost missed her. She's been doing her orchid thing, just giving me great massages, not trying to get away. Hey, isn't she pretty? Didn't notice the snake. Yeah, 'cause she's really calm. The one I had on last Friday's spider morphin, she just could not get comfortable. So I had to put her away. You're right, Jesse. So you know snakes. Well, this big old fat neck, I mean, not being self-deprecating, but you know that neck's got to be nice and warm and soft. And don't you get any ideals, Sam? Cold-blooded. You're right. Yeah, Bobby, no weapons don't excite me. I know they don't. Buddha is still, well, he probably has this big ramp. I talked about him a little bit earlier. He's under the basking lamp. I turned his lamp on, his warm lamp a while ago. He loves that lamp. Loves to climb up on the big branch, the big driftwood, and get as close as he can to it. You like them, but they're just overdone. I get it, because I know one time at one of the shows you said, like, show anything but ball pythons, and I get it now. That was a couple years ago. She is. I'm thinking I know she's a butter. I think she's a butter pastel, but I can't remember what all my snake morphs are now. It's a good looking specimen. The snake's okay also. Oh my God. You're so crazy and blind. Here she goes back. She's the sweetest thing, if snakes can be sweet. And even the mean parrot's asleep. And that's my new little piece of art back there on the shelf, and it is little. It's a new artist. I did a little video about He is. Found him in New York. He ain't cheap, but he's great. Navajo has been under her lamp since the 19th. What's today, the 21st? I don't know. Bud's Bills, I can't believe how comfortable you are sitting there like that. Oh, it's awesome. When she's falling back asleep again, now see how relaxed she is. But when she's awake, she's kind of stretching and squeezing ever so gently, but she's strong enough that her gently feels like a good soft massage on my neck. Oh, I get it, yeah. I didn't used to be either. I've just recently started keeping reptiles and snake, not long, 6, 7 years max, not long. And I had fish since I was 7, and that's been a while, so. But my mate's death was on my mind, to be honest. Well, see, I didn't know about that, and then I started seeing comments about it, Craig, and I realized, well, what an idiot me just to go in there and blurt that out about, can you come on Sunday? And then I realized, no, I dropped the ball. I would think about it, but I never reached out to you, so. Dig your suit out. Oh, for the funeral? Yeah, I didn't know. I wouldn't have even brought it up. I didn't realize. You know, I pop in and out here and there, maybe 10 times, but so I miss a lot and forget most of what I do catch. All right, Craig, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to close it down in a little bit anyway. That little girl's gone right back to sleep. See how relaxed she is. She feels like she's melting off of me. I haven't been to a funeral since I was a teenager, and that was my grandmother's. Thanks, Lucky. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Time to go. See you guys Sunday evening. See you on Susie Q's at 7. And then at Q Aquatics. And then 8 o'clock, the Tennessee Fish Fam. Here at 8. Good night. Bye, love. Y'all behave. Stay safe. Stay warm. All right. It's got to be that one.